All right, guys, what's going on? So we're going to do a quick overview of how to use this 1RM calculator that I made. Ideally, you can go through the 1RM testing protocol that we have laid out in the PDF that you received. But if you don't have time, or you're not comfortable doing a 1RM testing, or if you just want to kind of see what your numbers are looking like based off of your previous workouts and things like that, I made this 1RM chart that you can use, and it also can be a way that you kind of track things throughout our training. The app that you're using will keep track of a lot of this stuff. I'll keep track of a lot of this stuff, but it's just nice to be able to see it for yourself sometimes too. So what we're going to have here is a little bit of a breakdown of the different parts that we're using and what they're going to look like. So over here we have our actual calculator, right? So you'll see 2RM, 3RM, 4RM, 5RM. Basically, what those numbers are is I know I can do, let's say, 100 pounds for 2 repetitions, but I don't know if I could do it for 3. Or I know I could do 200 pounds for 3 reps, so I don't know if I could do it for 4. I want you to take whatever lift you're concerned about, take the number of repetitions that you know you can hit, and plug that into the particular space here. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 10, right? So let's say I'm doing bench press and I know I can do 185 for 10, right? It was really fucking hard. I could not have done 11. It was really close to my maximum, so I know I can do 185 for 10. I'll plug that in right here, and that'll give me an estimated 1RM of 250. Now, what I'm going to do with that number is I was talking about bench press. I'm going to go down to bench press here. So I have all prime 8 lifts that we use. Okay, there's 8 different movements that we use to kind of test and keep track of our 1RM outside of our Olympic lifts and landmine stuff like that. But here I am on bench press, right? So I have 250 for my 1RM. I'm going to plug that in here. I'm going to write down today's date, which is February 12th, 2025, and my body weight this morning was 204. All right, cool. So every time I bench press or every time I go through a new cycle, I can keep track of it right here and I can see it for myself, right? But what this is going to do is this is going to give me a general estimate of the number of repetitions I could do with each particular weight, all the way from 1 all the way down to 20. So what that means is that let's say I have a workout next week where the sets are a set of 12 repetitions. I'm not quite sure what number I'm going to be using, but I know it's going to be around X, Y, or Z, right? I can go on this chart, I can look and I can say, oh, okay, cool. It's probably going to be around 125. All right. So, excuse me, 175. So what that means is that I know that when I'm doing that workout, I can be starting to shoot for hitting a really tough set of 12 at about 175. And then as I go through the cycle, let's say the next time I do a workout, I had a really tough set of 6 and I did 215. All right. So I'll come back up here. Okay. It was a tough set of 6 at 215. I can plug that in, and now that puts me at 259. So I've made a 10-pound 1RM progress, right? So you can use this chart for as long as you want to use it. You can use it as a journal. You can use it as a place to kind of keep some training logs. I mean, we have, weeks and weeks and weeks of options here for you to be able to log different stuff and kind of see where you're at over time. It's just nice to be able to see what day you did it, the body weight that you had that morning whenever you're doing that workout, and then also being able to track it relative to your other lifts as well. So you can always use this chart. You can always clear the information on there and be able to roll with that. So if you have any questions about how to use this calculator, please reach out to me. But otherwise, happy lifting, man, and get it ripping.